guys, me Justin.
And Sarah.
And welcome back! We're doing a story.
Okay, so basically, when was it? July? June? I don't remember. Sometime in the summer, we wanted to go on like a last trip with our friends. However, didn't really work out because everyone had left for college already, so
Kind of depressing.
shout out to friends. So it was me, Justin, and our friend Anthony, and we decided to go to Boca Raton, which is a city in Florida.
The funny thing about that trip was we were supposed to go to Miami with our friend Christina, Anthony, Sarah, and I.
Yeah.
But something happened with Christina's family, but we couldn't go. Sarah's like, I don't want to go to Miami if Christina doesn't go. So we were like kind of like depressed, me and Anthony, for a little bit. And then we were like, okay, we'll pay for you. Let's just at least go to Boca.
Okay, I had like money on me, but I didn't have enough for a trip. And I was like, I'm not going because Christina's not going. Like, I just don't want to go, blah, blah, blah.
Because she said she would have had a bad time.
Yeah, I was like, I don't want to waste money or time going all the way there, and I don't want to go without Christina, whatever. In total, we probably had like $100 between the three of us. That was for a hotel, food, and gas.
Mind, we were staying there for at least 2 to 3 days.
Boca is like 2 hours away. Yeah, it's like halfway to Miami, which is like 2 hours away. And that's a lot of gas. And basically we went, and the first night we stayed at Quality Inn, which is like a chain hotel. And it's not a bad hotel. It's really cheap, you know. Like,
the room was so nice.
This room was so nice. Like there was like 2 giant beds. Like they were so big.
They were so comfortable.
The TV had good channels, so we were like watching movies and stuff like that.
It had like HBO and Cinemax, and we're just like, yes. Cinemax.
The next day, we
went to the mall, we browsed, we
had fun. God.
We went to the mall, we met up with one of my friends that lived there, and like, she was like, oh, the mall's down the street, and we're like, what are we gonna do at the mall?
Oh,
so we're like, whatever, we're just gonna go to the mall.
God. You go past a Bose store, and Bose is like the headphones and the TVs and the speakers.
Very
and
nice, it's supposed to be top quality.
So we walk into this room, and it's like basically set up like a living room. It's like IKEA. It looks like IKEA.
Oh my god,
there's
like blankets.
There's
on
like
the
a
thing.
big couch with blankets, and this movie's playing on the TV. And I'm like, oh my god, this is August Rush. And Justin and Anthony hadn't seen this movie. I was like, oh my god, this is such a good movie. So we sat down. We were like, we're just gonna watch it for like 5 minutes. We don't have anything else to do. We sat in that Bose store for like 3 hours just watching movies.
Rush and Transformers, going from living room to living room.
We were laying on these couches like that was our house. Like.
So, we went to this hotel, right? This hotel was the epitome of sketchy, scary, scandalous, disgusting. You know when people say, I don't want to stay at a roach motel?
This
was a roach motel.
It was, Justin and Anthony were in the front of the car. Like, Anthony was driving, Justin was in the passenger seat, and I was just laying down in the back. Like, I was so done. I was like, I want to go home. I don't have any money. Don't have clothes. I haven't, like, showered. Like, the showers were not good. I didn't bring any shampoo, no conditioner, barely any makeup. Like, I'm so ready to just leave. And like I never went into these places, but like every time we found like a motel, they would go in and like they would ask for a room.
Hey, this is the stupidest thing ever. They will ask how many people. We'll say 3, and then they'll say, this Russian lady, she's like, no, it's a small room, you don't want it. And I was like, what? Alright, whatever. So, we go to like another hotel, and we walk in. Yeah, it was the Indian guy. We walked in, we're like, hi, do you guys have any rooms available? He's like, we have 1. I'm like, how many do you have? How many people do you have in your party? I said, we have 3. And he was like, it's a small room, I don't want it. I was like, what is going on in this town? Like, literally, you guys are turning down business.
So funny.
So we got to like this big hotel, and like, oh my god, it looked like a resort, by the way.
It looked really nice. The sign was lit up. It was not broken. It was big. It just looked nice from the outside.
It was so good. So we go up there. This one, what did you hear outside while we were like, while we were like getting the room?
I'm laying in the back of the car because like I just don't feel like going in. I'm so done. I just was not about it. And they went in to get the room, and I'm in the back with the windows down because it's hot. And I hear someone outside dry heaving. They were literally all I could hear is And I'm like, what the heck is that? I heard it like 4 times, and I stood up and I see this old guy walking around the parking lot, and I'm like, why is he dry heaving? This is so weird. Why are we here? I'm just done. I was just like, whatever.
It was so disgusting. Like, we go inside, it's like a convenience store kind of thing. There's this like black lady. She was like, how can I help y'all? Like, you guys have any rooms? Can you please tell me you have any rooms? She was like, $20. That's the cheapest room we can get you. We're like, yes, bitch. Let's go, let's get it. We paid that shit. We ran out to the Sarah. We're like, Sarah, we have a room, we have a room. She was in the back. She was like, oh, yay.
I was just so ready to freaking go home.
She was like, yay, we have a room. Earlier that day, she was like, why don't we just go home? Why don't we just go home?
I was like, why don't we just go home? We have no money.
But we shut her up by taking her to West Palm Beach, by the way.
Oh yeah, I really don't want to go to the beach.
We're driving around to the back of the hotel, blah, blah, blah. And we're like, okay, let's just take all this shit in at once. To the stairs. As we're walking up the stairs were cracked. There was like...
It smelled like...
You hear people yelling in the rooms.
It was so bad.
It was dripping water in every crevice and crack of that hotel.
So we get into the room, we put the key in, the door doesn't open. It's like we have to like shove it, we're all like pashing our bodies against the door. It's not unlocked when we finally get in. This room is the size of a
cupboard.
A cupboard, a closet. Everything was dusty and dirty and yellow when it's supposed to be white. There was like an old shirt in the wardrobe that said I love Boca and sequins.
Oh yeah, you couldn't even open the door all the way, by the way, because they had this they had a massive fridge, a house fridge in there. You couldn't open the door all the way.
Why was there a fridge in there?
We're like, what kind of bullshit is this?
Oh my goodness.
He said Anthony told Sarah to stay in the room. We're gonna go like check out, get a refund back, whatever. Me and Anthony like, don't open the door, don't do anything unless you say it's Anthony or Justin or Anthony, just one of us. So we're like, okay. She locks the door, we wait for her to lock it and everything, and like we're going. I'm walking, and like I turn around and say something to Anthony, like gonna say something like, oh, that's where we should get married at, like something snarky. And as I turn around, I'm like, this black guy came out of nowhere. And I was like, he was like swole and everything. I was like, oh shit bro, you scared me. He was like, yeah. I know. And I was like, Anthony was like behind him. He was just like backing up. I was like, so we run down the stairs, we run into the office, and the lady was like, we're like, oh my god, can we please get a refund? Can we please get a refund? Everybody got to get out of the room now. We're like, okay. So we run into the room, and like as we're running up there was like that white man that was dry heaving, the old one, was in our room. I was so scared.
He was in the room, like we wanted a refund. He was like, is there anything wrong with the room? And I was like, no, we just don't want to stay here. He was like, so there was nothing wrong with it? And I was like, no. And he like grabbed the shirt out of the wardrobe. He was like, is this yours? And I was like, no, like, can you leave me alone? And then Anthony and Justin came back, and like we all just got our stuff and left. And then like me and Anthony just bolted. We were like, nope, bye. And we ran to the car.
I didn't even notice that they left. I thought I had like the safety of my friends there. When I'm like, my back is turned just like this, and I'm like, okay. So I turn around and they're gone, and I'm like, oh shit, fuck this. And like as I'm walking out, he like grabbed me. He was like, you left something? And I think I left my pillow. So I like bent down, picked it up, and I like ran out of that room. I was like, why'd you guys leave me? And they're like, okay, we're so sorry, we weren't thinking, we were scared. I was like, I was scared too. What if you would have raped me and killed me and gutted me like a fish? So we got back in the car and we drove. We didn't know where we were driving, so we ended right back into this first hotel that we stayed at the first night, the nice one, the Quality Inn.
And we got like $20 off. He gave us a room. We
went swimming.
We rode it last night, and the next morning we went home.
One Direction was playing the whole time in her iPod.
I was just singing up like full blast.
I was sleeping, and I was so glad that trip was over. And if any of you know the real story, you know why we were actually in Boca Raton. So,
but basically, if you have no money and you have a car and a license, and your friends have licenses and cars, you should go on trips, even if you don't have money, because it's really fun.
It's really fun, and you're gonna laugh about it.
You will survive. You will, and if anything, your parents will come save you.
If anything, you know what? Maybe you can make a video about it. Never know. Make a video.
You should let us know so we can
watch it. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You just hit me with your hair.
Oh, sorry. my leg just cracked.
But thank you.
Thank you so much.
Remember to like, share, and